Hello, hello. Welcome to the healing sounds of love and joy and peace and harmony. Yes. Welcome to today's messages. I hope that this finds you well rested and feeling the love, okay? Love is a feeling, love is a frequency, love is a vibration that we tune into, okay? Yes. Yes, it is. So let's tune in and see what kind of beautiful love messages are for us today to help us tune, to help us hold, to help us be the love we wish to see in the world. Okay. We've got emergence and this one. So, emergence, stepping out, coming out, being one who stands in the new firmly, confidently, right? But also the grace period for acclimation. When you emerge, right? When you're emerging from the cave, from the darkness, there's this period where you're like, have to acclimate to the light. You're not used to it. Your eyes had adjusted, have to adjust. And so also grace, right? A grace period to allow acclimation and openness. Okay. Yes. There's a period where you are in between and you can't see, right? Like with that analogy, stepping out, it's really, really bright. And you're just like, and maybe you have to, blink and squint. And during that period, it's best to have faith and trust that what you can't yet see, once it reveals itself, it's going to be good, right? So have the openness for possibilities, have the openness for safety and freedom and gorgeousness, and not try to avoid those tendencies of, if you can't see it, then it's something to be feared, right? Because then you're infusing your acclimation period with fear instead of faith and trust and love, right? Okay. Openness, openness. Okay, let's pair the Arcturian keys that unlock our passageways into the messages, towards and for the messages. And we will get a rune to further hone. We're going to hone in on our messages here. And the runes are gonna help us get there. Mims, she's so cute. We've got Algiz. Beautiful. The powerful stag. Protection. Male potency, I think. The stag, it's the wise buck, right? The one who has lived beyond a certain amount of years. That's what elevates a buck to a stag. All male deers are bucks, but not all bucks are stags, because it is a rite of passage, a status of resilience. Okay. Protection. The king stag stands proud and tall with mighty antlers. He bestows his protection on all in his kingdom. Leading by example, the stag teaches the young how to show courage in the face of danger. And isn't this what our wise elders do, right? They've been around long enough to have collected many pieces of the puzzle to be able to see a grander scale, a bigger picture. And this is why it's important to consider your elders, to listen to what they have to say, and trust that they are coming from a place of knowing. Yes. Alga's energy brings a powerful connection to divine consciousness. This rune is an aid to speak and commune with the spirit and higher powers. In a reading, it references a connection with gods and an awakening with the gods. You have been granted divine protection that is also a teaching force, and you are encouraged to be in a state of listening. There's your openness. Emerging as one open to receive messages from your higher self, from your ancestors, right? It's like a doubling up of wisdom. Also, that whole spiel about resilience and status based on age, that is also the thing with this recognition and knowingness that wisdom comes from many sources, not just one. Protection, defense, courage, independence, and higher self. Beautiful. It makes a worthy tattoo for defenders and protectors from all walks of life. Oh, okay, where are we? Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Yeah. And build a cottage in the woods there. What happened? What's going on? Did it get dark? It's suddenly dark. Hi. What's going on? What's going on? It seems darker than normal. But maybe that's because you are meant to shine brighter so that you can see better in the dark. Yes. What is it? It's always darkest before the dawn. Ooh. Ooh, that's powerful. Darkest before the dawn. Okay. One more, Sheffy. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. We're going to see and know, tapping into our higher self, our higher wisdom, openness to listen and receive. Yes. Okay. These are our cards for the day. What's our central in this protection, wisdom, openness, emergence? Emerging as a wise one. Open, receiving. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, this is my signs and synchronicities from your spirit team and ancestors, from the divine. Okay. And once you recognize what they are, where they are, how they are, then they're all going to come in. All these little nuggets of wisdom and signs and synchronicities that lead you, that encourage you, that support you, that warn you, that protect you. Beautiful. And your ability to, right? This is also your level of openness. I mean, there could be signs and synchronicities all day around you, but until you are like, aha, recognize, assimilate, figure it out, then it's not doing its thing if you're not able to receive them, right? It's like, it's like the love frequency, the love station. It's playing, it's on. The love station is always there. It's up to us to tune into it, right? Okay, so we've got the end of being held back and moving into one who is balanced in all of the realms. This is part of being open, is this peaceful, quiet clarity that comes from balancing, centering your physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, and spiritual realms, okay? Grounded with the earth, that straight spine connection. It's like plugging your root into the earth and plugging your crown into the sky and being a beautiful, clear conduit that you may receive healing, wisdom, clarity, all of the things, okay? And this 10 is the end. This is the end. Beautiful friend, the end of things that hold us back, the end. Okay, this is other people's influences, this is opinions, this is your own limiting beliefs about self, mindsets that aren't serving, self-talk, thoughts, all things that, this is like my before the Fool card, right? Look at this person full of creativity and ideas and color and abundance, but they are held back. Okay, and sometimes being held back is a good thing. It's meant for us to ground, right? We're too floaty in the atmosphere. We need a good balance between being grounded and being a sky person, right? But this is a mindful balancing and not a weighted, what is it when you are tethered, a weighted tethering. We've got the moon, okay, things yet to be revealed, things happening in divine timing, your intuition, okay, and the pink is really standing out, so this is heart resonance. I'm getting rose quartz type love vibes. And we've got this little crab floating, and there's one here that is very focused on the moon, on the intuition, and they're about to cross paths. Okay, also a little bit of fear of the unknown, fear of the dark, what is not seen, and things able to hide in the dark spaces, but will eventually be revealed, right? Because as the moon goes through its stages, it becomes brighter and will show you what is hiding in that dark space. So, like on a new moon, you look in that dark corner and it's really dark and creepy, and your brain can fill in all the things that could be in there. And as the moon gets brighter, so too is your ability to see what's in those dark spaces. This is bringing me back to the beginning of the reading with the coming out of the cave. And instead of the darkness being so dark you can't see, it's the brightness being so bright you can't see. And this is that adjustment period, the waiting for the things to adjust so that you can see clearly. We've got the Queen of Swords coming out. She discerns, okay? She discerns whether that thing that is finally revealed to you is something for you or not for you, right? Something that needs to be honored, dubbed, right? Or to be cut away, cut free. We've got changing your world through hermit mode. So this is giving me you're having to pull away at some stage in your game here in order to make conscious changes for yourself, right? This could look like waking up one day and being like, what is this life? This isn't what did I choose this? I haven't been making conscious choices. And now I'm here and I don't really want to be here. It's boring here. I'm not utilizing the full expanse of my potential, whatever it is. It's a confrontation of sorts of where you're at, how you got there, and this mindful, I want something different. And this also required your Queen of Swords, right? To cut away those things revealed to you in time that are no longer serving you. They're not for your greatest and highest good, that are not your best life. And a lot of that um, is a lonely path, right? Not It's an alone path, not necessarily lonely, though there are aspects of that. But this is you making decisions based on your heart, your needs, what you feel, your intuition. Not, I was thinking about, stepping away from this thing. What do you think? I'll let you decide. I'm going to give you um, the driver's seat of my life, right? And watch out for those people who willingly jump in the driver's seat of your life, because who's driving their life, right? We all need to be the drivers of our own uh, period, full stop. Okay. So whether or not you have physically hermited, pulled away from everyone and everything in your life to rebuild, redesign, consciously choose something different for different results, then it is something that you've done on an emotional, spiritual, mental kind of way, right? Where we pull away. We're no longer oversharing, over giving, and over valuing someone else's opinion of what we should and shouldn't do, or who we are, or whatever, right? That level of hermiting. But it's a solo shoujo. Oh, we've got a King of Cups. Okay, so this is becoming This is this reclamation of your heart space and your mastery of your heart. Dang hair. I mean, I don't have a lot of it, and yet they're everywhere. Okay. King of Cups, yes. So a king, compassionate. This is taking action on and for advocating for your heart, right? Um, the king's, the masculine energy is about action, is about the doing part of things. And so this is taking action from the heart space, which is a beautiful thing, right? This is part of your reclamation of you and the world that you want to live in. This is about following your heart, about crowning your heart as the authority for you, for you. And also the King of Pentacles. Okay. I want to put these two kings together because this is that balance between the heart and the material world. Right? The heart and its effect on the material, on your material realm, on your pentacles, on your earth realm. So beautiful balance. This can also be an earth king who is taking action from with his heart. But this is also your actions in your material world based on your heart space, right? So you are choosing things for you that are in agreement with your heart space. This is finding work that fulfills your heart, or at the very least doesn't hurt it, right? This is taking all actions in the material from a heart space, which is gorgeous. Okay, and then we've got justice coming in. There's your balance. Everything is about balance. This is also about the getting back what you give. A rebalancing of life to a degree where you start to see the results of your actions. So, like if you are a loving, generous kind of person, and you always have been, even though you have been taken advantage of and used and abused and abandoned and denied and all of these things, and you still maintain this beautiful heart-based living. This is your time to start getting back that, to start pulling in people, places, and things that match your heart, match the value that you finally have recognized in yourself. Oh, and this makes you an empress who's pulling in joy, love, peace, abundance, happiness, balance, hope, peace, love, joy, celebration, marriage, union, gorgeousness. That's what it is. The Empress is the beer. She is in a state of being. She holds the frequency of love. She tunes into the frequency of love. And while she is there, she births seeds. She pops them out, birthing them into being. I think she's up here. Holding the frequency of love. Okay, and your this balanced, joyous twin flame celebratory peace celebration here. Oh, celebratory peace celebration. Is part of it's connected to your justice and your ability to recognize, right? Recognize your worth, recognize what is not gonna lead or feed this. Beautiful, gorgeous, lovely. Whoop, whoop. And there you are, becoming and receiving at the same time, becoming one able to receive. Like I said earlier, right? There could be signs and synchronicities coming to you from all angles, but unless it's like it's like somebody trying to throw you something and you just keep being like, what? And it just falls around you, right? And then the minute it hits the ground, it becomes invisible. So it's not even something that you're like, oh, was that for me? And you pick it up, right? You're like, what just happened? I missed it. And so it is important to be, the Empress is also in receiving mode. It's that thyroidal field of the Taurus, right? It is its own birther and receiver as it moves. So you birth out your intentions, you plant the seeds and then allow them to come to you beautifully. Beautifully, beautifully, beautiful seeds. Yes. Okay. We've got overthinking and the people. Okay. So, people for or against you, what do they think? I feel like this is an end of giving too much stock, weight, whatever, on people and what they think and their opinions on what they think you should do, how you should do, where you should do, and when you should do. This is an end to that overthinking. Will they like me? Will they accept me? Will they be this? How can I blend in? How can I be part of their group? How can I gain their favor, right? There are people out there whose initiation into their group requires you to betray your heart, to deny who you are, aspects of who you are. And you're done with that. Okay, you have embodied your Queen of Swords and you're cutting those people out. At the very least, no longer giving them any way in. No way in. No weighing in for your greatest and highest. Only you know that. Only you can become that and receive that and birth that. Okay? This is what you figured when you went into hermit mode, when you took accountability and responsibility for your own. Because you might have also have witnessed those kinds of people where you're like, oh, I accomplished something. And they're like, yeah, well, you wouldn't have if it wasn't for me. Or you only did because I suggested it to you. Or, right? Like they not only don't acknowledge your wins, but they try to reframe it around themselves. Right? And those people gotta go. Okay, so all these thoughts around that. That's, you're ending that. No more wasting energy on what other people might think and do and whatever, right? We don't, that's none of our business. And we are finally claiming that, owning that. Alternatively, because it's a 5, so it's the people for and against, or against. So this is also soul tribe, like-minded people that you have tons in common with, that inspire fresh new ideas that you guys can bounce off of each other. And it's this cooperative, collaborative effort, where everyone is benefited, everyone is elevated, everyone is acknowledged and embraced. Yes. Okay. And your Queen of Swords determines who, what, when, and where, and how. Okay. But it's all leading to legacy and abundance. Okay. This is what you're doing it for. This is the main seed that you nurture. This is a seed that was planted long ago that has been nurtured over a long period of time. And it's also a show of resilience, right? Like this tree, for it to become this size, took many years, took a lot of nurturing and growing stages and phases. And it's a dedication and persistence and a trimming away, right? Pruning anything that is not contributing to its growth. And because of this mindful, active, right, your active participation in creating a stable foundation from your heart space, this is the nurturing juice. What do you call that stuff? Fertilizer for the blooms. Okay, for the fruit, the ever-bearing fruit that is coming to you. Okay, we're going to go through one more time in this deck and let any other cards that want to contribute to this reading to come on down. You're the next contestant on Your Heart is Right. Okay, what do we got? I feel like there was one that flipped. Yes. This is the death of the old way. Yes. The old way has to die. That's your fertilizer, right? Think about the leaves that scatter and collect around the base of the tree. And in this scenario, we're not crazy and raking it up and sticking it in plastic bags and throwing it in the landfill, okay? What we're doing is we're just letting them lay, because we understand that it is a protective and necessary part of the process. Not only does it allow shelter for tiny little grubs that feeds the birds, that it also protects the earth and the ground, and then breaks down and nutrients. It provides nutrients for the ground and the trees. Okay, so this is what we mean by death. This is what we mean by transformation. The caterpillar needs to die to turn into the butterfly, right? And it can't go back. So this is a beautiful card because it represents this transformation that is here, this emerging out that is happening and being protected while you acclimate. Okay. And then we have the worthiness, the lack mentality versus the worthy mentality. It's another 5. So it's one or the other, right? You're either balanced masculine and feminine, walking towards the warmth, or walking away, staying in the cold. And I feel like because these two were the additions, that this is the death of the cold ways and the rebirth, right? The birthing, the emerging out as one who is from the heart space. We've got the King of Hearts here, so that's a beautiful thing. I want to put these ones over here, like so. Okay, let's get some oracle confirmations. A power deck card. Let's see what power deck wants to come out. We've got North White and West Black, which is beautiful because that is your balance, right? We've got Strength 27 and Ecstasy 21. Ooh, the person who upsets you most in your life is one of your best teachers. If that person can get inside your head, turn you around, and confuse you, you know that you still don't understand what you are doing. You need more strength. Learn by seeing that your life is a teaching. Like the red lotus healing its pain in inner solitude, there's that hermit, right? Gain strength from entering your wounds and learn from them. The magician remembers the trail and takes a different one, even if it is more difficult. In this way, you build strength. Ooh. So that's a lovely confirmation of this going within. Ecstasy is a buoyant state of joy. One of the finest ways to maintain a state of joyousness is to examine the dark side of your being, that instinctual nature that most human beings repress in civilized life. Within your instinctual nature are the seeds of ecstasy. We tend to live in our minds, in our emotions, occasionally in spirit, and almost never in our instinctual depths. We are born as wild as mountain lions, but live most of our lives like sheep, forgetting and denying whole parts of ourselves. Sit on the earth with your roots, with your back against a tree, and get in touch with your roots, which move deep into Middle Earth. This will restore your joyousness and balance. Each day, listen to your body, mind, and your heart. What are they telling you about a given situation? Ecstasy is like a wild horse waiting to be ridden, the last wild ride before your passage into enlightenment. Take courage and live your passion in ecstasy. Wow. Look at that picture. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, there's more to those. 21 Ecstasy. The painting is entitled Rapture. In this painting, ecstatic femininity is a symbol of rapture. It shows that these stones are really alive, that nature is alive. True ecstasy is reached when we understand that we are part of every living thing, that the sphere of universal knowledge is within our own process. We have already found our way home. We are already enlightened. We just don't realize it. Ecstasy is in the West because we must not be afraid to move into the ecstatic emotions that are within us. Do not be afraid to live in ecstasy. Beautiful. And notice how there's an acknowledgement of your shadow side, of your yin, right? Your yin and your yang. This is our balance. This is our dualistic natures. This is our oneness, our completeness, our divine union of self, first and foremost. And then we have the unfolding in light. It depicts a dense forest and a sacred being, a Buddha, healing his pain within the solitude of inner and outer wilderness. The red lotus represents the pain in the world being healed through transformation from the material into the higher realms of consciousness. Inner strength is found through deep inner search and meditation, particularly in times of transition. In the shaman tradition, we move into the pain that we experience in life to find the possibilities for learning and growth that are hidden there. When you experience your pain in all its aspects, you can then move through it and emerge on the other side a much more powerful and strengthened person. This is a North card dealing with strength, wisdom, and spirit. By balancing your physical life with the spiritual life, you will find the strength necessary to evolve. Beautiful. This is this balance, right? Your heart is your threshold to your spiritual realm, right? It's your heart chakra is the mediator between your lower physical chakras and your upper spiritual ones. It is the conduit through which we receive. Beautiful. And I was, I pictured when I was reading that, there's this movie called Spirited Away. It's a animation film, and it's awesome. Anyways, there's a part where this goopy creature arrives to this bathhouse. It's a spirit bathhouse, and as they are interacting with this being, they find like a thorn or something stuck in it, and so they tie a rope around it and they pull and they pull, and it takes everybody pulling at this thing. And once they do, it releases all of this gunk, and it turns out that it was a river spirit, and all that gunk and goo that it was covered in was all the trash and the throwaway and the residual garbage that had collected in this river. And by releasing it, by getting in there, and by dedicating to the process of removing and releasing, when the water cleared everything away, there was gold, little gold nuggets everywhere. And this is exactly what I think happens when you do your own deep excavation and you pull away and remove all the old gunk and debris that has collected over generations. What is she doing? She's cute. Then what's left is the gold, is the beautiful jewels, is the rewards. And so it's also like gifts, and gifts from the divine, gifts from your ancestors. It's like It's like cleaning the lens so that you can properly see. Lots of analogies there. Okay, we're gonna take some love messages. It's funny because as I shuffle them, they scratch and, well, defect, I guess. But that's part of their process, right? With no judgment. Okay. Trust your intuition. Yes, it will lead you, it will guide you, it will let you know when the signs and synchronicities are for you and what they are talking about, right? Cleanse your energy. Make sure that you are in constant upkeep with your energy because you want to have a clear signal. You want to have a clear, think of energy that is not yours or that is not clean as static, right? And we want a nice, clear connection to the love frequency. We've got river magic. Yes, I cannot stress enough how magical rivers are for you on all of the levels. And this active movement of the water produces these beautiful electron that are just actively swirling around the environment, that when you're there, when you're in proximity, your auric field just sucks it up and it enhances and empowers and heals and energizes you on all the levels. This is the magic of the river. Okay, so find one and get into it, right? I mean, splash your face, do a little ritual. I feel like that's part of this, the idea of baptism, right? Is where you are rinsing yourself, you are cleansing your energy, you are rinsing yourself of debris and from the clearest, cleanest source. Okay, and conscious breathing. Yes, this is another thing that we just don't do enough of. You know, a lot of us are shallow breathers. It's not something that we're doing consciously, it's something that's just happening, right? But conscious breathing, this is a bringing yourself into the now, into that breath that you pull in. This is breathing in life force energy, right? This is what moves us, what fills us with life. And so by consciously breathing in fresh air, especially by a river or in a forest, right? You are consciously bringing in life force energy. And the more that you do this, the more energized and invigorated you will be. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Your heart knows. Yeah. Trust it. Trust what your heart knows and feels. And this is your going within here, choosing your heart always. Okay, speak your truth. This is your Queen of Swords action, right? Speaking her truth. This is communication of truth and the setting clear boundaries, which is this one. That you do so with your truth. Setting a clear boundary is declaring your truth. Like that's a point that I cannot cross, or that is a point that you cannot cross, or whatever the case may be. It requires your knowing and communicating. Okay, and sexy bath time. Yes, it is important. That's another way that you can clean your energy, cleanse you and your space. This is acknowledgement. This is like an honoring of yourself, of your body, and taking the time to rest, to relax, to be. And never underestimate the power of water. It is, it holds memory and it is also programmable. And so try to fill your bathtubs intentionally with love, light, rejuvenation. Fill it with mindful intentions. And then when you're soaking in it, um, it will have more benefits for you. Yes, much more benefits. Okay, that's the reading. That's what I have for you. I hope that there was some good stuff in there for you that will help you, empower you, cleanse and clear you, um, give you the strength that you need as you adjust to the light and tune your frequency so that you may receive all of the beautiful things. Okay? Love and appreciate you. And I hope to see you next time. Okay? Have a good one. Love you. Bye for now.